I didn't know anything about X-Men. I didn't even know what an X-Men was when I started. I'm of the wrong generation, but it didn't take me long to realize that it was a huge, huge empire, and people had followed it for like 25 years of their lives and knew every character and where they were born and what they could do and blah, 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 blah. Nightcrawler, Alan Cummings' character, just fabulous. Real easy character. His gloves just slipped on his feet, just slipped on his... You know, he tied on his tail, and you know, the makeup process took a while, but it was just his face. I love Mystique because Rebecca was fabulous. She was a real, I mean, we put her through hell, poor baby. It was a conversation with Bryan Singer. Like, Bryan had real specific, and for the character Mystique, it was just, you know, yelling and screaming, I want her nude, and I want her blue, and I want her in scales. And, you know, and it was my job to make that happen. I had to find out whether she could go, I could build a prosthetic that would allow her to go to the bathroom. And that was critical, absolutely, because there's no point in continuing the rest of the design unless she could wear a prosthetic, could be easily removed, easily taken off, that was not going to hurt her or anything like that, and she could do it herself without having a team of people helping her to go to the bathroom. Everything we did in our studio was new. Everything challenged. It was just the way we did it. We had a rule at the studio that anything we produced out of the studio had to be either as good or better than you could get anywhere in the world, or it did not leave the studio. And if those standards got lowered, I would close the doors. None of these things are made up. Like, there's no makeup on any of these things. They're all intrinsically colored. So you can touch it and pour water on it. You can go in the shower with any of these makeups and walk out and be exactly the same. Yeah. And a lot of people say, well, I don't see any special makeup effects anymore. Well, I think what you're really saying is that the makeup effects are so good that you think they're digital. You know, and almost everything now is both. You start with a bit of live and you go into digital. And live is better, period, end of story. You're shooting me live, trying to do me digitally would cost you, just forget it. It ain't gonna happen. We're not doing the interview, right? It's kind of exactly the same thing in the film industry.